Welcome to Streamgasm. This is a different one. I'm here with Martin. Hello, Martin.
How do you do?
He is what would you call yourself? An eSports masseuse?
Esports massage. I call myself. I'm actually a clinical sports injury therapist.
Okay,
yeah.
Clinical sports injury therapist.
Yeah.
So, is it just eSports you work with, or do you work in other sports then?
No. One of the main sports that I work with at present is downhill mountain biking.
Okay.
I'm hired predominantly. I work for Red Bull Austria.
Oh,
so
okay.
I work on all the Red Bull athletes regarding mountain biking.
So you're constantly travelling out there then to do that kind of thing?
Yeah, out there in various World
That's
Cups around
good.
the world, and we're quite fortunate that in Britain we have quite a few very good riders in mountain biking. So
Yeah,
I'm quite lucky there.
So how long have you been doing it for eSports players?
A year, almost to the day.
Really?
Because, yeah, the first event was last year, where Twitch very kindly provided the Pro Players Lounge for the very first time.
Yeah.
And included in that was what we call player welfare from a guy called James Too Good Harding.
Yeah,
so it's down to James as to what I'm
so
here.
he recommended you and
He sought me out.
he sought you out and
yeah.
was like, right,
Yeah.
this we could do with some of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how have the players taken to it? Do they feel the benefits of it? Have they fed back to you well on it? Or?
Well, I think if you look at my board outside, you'll see that it's pretty much full.
It's sought after,
Yeah,
definitely.
so it's been taken up very well, which is very pleasing because the majority of players are sort of under the age of 23, 24.
Yeah.
So they're very open. They've noticed that last year I managed to work on the MSI Hon team.
Yeah.
They won for the third year and gave me a massive shout out. So that rather escalated me up the chart as to
brilliant.
a useful service to use.
Yeah, it was James Harding who recommended we come and talk to you.
The well-dressed James Harding.
Yeah,
Is that
very.
the guy?
Yeah,
I know him. Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
So this massage you're doing to me here, is there a name for this? Is it? The painful arm massage.
Over the years, I mean, I'm qualified in a number of things, even though people know me as Martin the Masseur. That happens to be something that's stuck for the last few years.
Yeah.
But a lot of work I do, it depends on whether it's at the beginning of the competition, towards the end.
Oh, okay.
The various days changes what I actually do in treatment.
Yeah.
I can't be ripping into somebody and have them be overtly tired the next day. So you have to be very careful on how you plan the procedure out.
Okay, so when would you do a sort of a softer massage? Would you do that towards the beginning?
The softer ones you can do at any time, really.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, as people know, I'm there to get your APMs higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. And coming from a background of working on arm pump from racing drivers and riders and bike riders, this is no different.
Yeah.
So it's the old story. If I can get their APMs up by 1%, that could be the difference,
Is there a big difference? Obviously, I don't know. We stereotypically see gamers as these kind of like unfit people, but it's probably unfair.
At the moment.
But like at the moment compared to cyclists and people like that, you imagine how do you have to change the workouts very very much between sports?
You adapt them.
Yeah.
To what you have to do.
Okay.
I mean, in the other sort of fields I work in, it's a bit more violence. I'm dealing more with broken bones and paralysis and blood.
So should I be feeling the effects of this soon then? Like, what will I be able to do better now? Like, is it?
It's like I said earlier.
Will it give me better grip, or is it? I normally use this. Really, you should be doing this.
This is what I'm thinking to myself. You're left-handed. Basically,
maybe I'll have to practice with my left.
You lost me there. What was the question?
Well, basically, like this sort of.
what I'm doing now.
This sort of massage here.
Yeah.
In today, tomorrow, what will the effects be? Like, will I
you
feel
will notice and it'll be
flexible?
For example, now if I hold the microphone and you move both your hands and your arms, do they feel exactly the same?
No, this feels like it's closing quicker.
Yeah.
And easier.
Or opening quicker. Either of them, isn't it?
Yeah, both.
Just moving better, more efficiently.
Yeah, definitely.
So
is that because all my muscles are now sort of primed?
Separated.
They're separated.
The functional separation of muscular tissue.
There you go.
That's the definition.
The medical term. That's what we like on Streamgasm. We have a lot of that stuff on Streamgasm. We have a lot of medical terms being used.
Well, there you go.
So
really, you've answered your own question, haven't you?
No.
What does it do?
What does it do? it opens and closes quicker, and it reacts faster, I presume.
There you go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. So if you want to react faster, you know where to come. Martin the Masseur. No, it's quite relaxing, actually. Yeah, just turn the camera off, I'll be here all day.
It's always good, actually, just to do... I mean, normally, as therapists, you're told, obviously, to do both sides of the body to balance them out.
So now I'm going to be really quick on this side.
That's right. When it comes to reporters, it's really nice just to do the one side, just so as you do notice any difference. Yeah. And honestly, if you don't, please say, but you would be probably the first person in 18 years where it hasn't made a difference. So
I could definitely tell that this was moving quicker. What did that bit do at the end there? Was that
separating your metacarpals?
The metacarpals.
Yeah.
Oh, it does feel weird. Can you do this arm now? No, I'm only joking. It's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm sure you've got another appointment, haven't you?
Don't worry.
Oh, I'm going to be so good at games when I leave here. So, do you, as you're going up the arm, can you feel certain spots that need more work than others? Because I've noticed you sort of, if you put pressure on a bit, you can. Is there certain areas you can tell need more pressure?
Well, absolutely. I mean, on that hand there, I was using different techniques. You can feel the tension there in your arm, can't you, when I press?
Yeah.
And when I press that, your fingers.
Can you see that? Can you see my fingers? Yeah. Like show the camera. If you come closer, just come closer. Basically, he's pushing my arm in, and it's moving my fingers.
So that's telling me how tight your tendons are.
Okay, so tight is bad, is it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, tight's bad. So
tension is good. Over tension from lots of the same repeated movement over and over. When you look at the mouse hand is slightly different, but especially on the keyboard hand, the muscle tissue here in both sides is moving very, very quickly, but in a very short range of motion. Yeah. And after a while, that creates not just build-up of lactic acid, but also there's various other substances going through your body that need to be exuded. Well, when you're sat down, you're being relatively inactive, then how does the body pump it out? It can't. The body's pump are the joints that when they move, the body gets moved, the blood and everything gets moved around. Yeah. If you're sat down, then obviously it's not moving around very much. And related to your question about fitness and players, that will be changing.
That changing, you recommend?
It's changing already.
Yeah, a lot of the pro players are
after this last year. They may not be telling you because who would tell you?
Yeah,
if they're going to be doing these things, they want to try and get that edge. The only difference between players, the skill level's really high on all of them. Yeah. So if they can get the slightest difference, it's got to be worthwhile.
Yeah. So you'd recommend just not only just this kind of massage, but just general exercise. Where you're using your joints, running, cycling. It's
no longer good enough just to be really good at the game. Yeah. You've got to find these other differences. You've got to be healthier. Yeah. It's for example, when I got involved in mountain biking, it was a bit of a boo word to say that you were training.
Really?
The good riders were training, they just weren't telling people. Yeah. Whereas now, 5 years on, halfway through my 10 years, everybody trains. And if you don't, you're the one who's the odd one out.
So how long do you think until all the gamers are admitting that they're doing this kind of thing and it's just
I reckon
normal?
Over the next couple of years.
Next couple of years?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
All pro players will be
You only have to have a word with players like TLO or... several others, which I won't mention because I know they're doing stuff. So
that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
But TLO won't mind me saying so.
Cool. What's the differences then in my two arms now? So this is my mouse hand. Are you finding you have to do more work on the mouse hand? Because I know you said the keyboard hand is moving slight movements, but do you find that then the mouse hand doesn't move much at all because it's just on a mouse?
It is similar. It's just that if you imagine that hand is continually over the mouse in that shape, so straight away there's going to be complications from that. And then you're moving it as well. Yeah. Whereas that hand, you find with the actual fingers themselves, they have to go in such contorted positions for all these moves that I'm not quite sure what they do, that they have to do. Yeah. You're looking at different problems. So that's why I did the metatarsals on that hand, whereas on this one, I might loosen it up a little bit, but I'm still looking at the main ones being your index finger and your middle finger working down here.
Yeah, because I'd say this one feels more tight than the other one.
Absolutely.
Is that normally the case?
And are you right-handed?
Yeah.
So you use this one more? Anyway.
Yeah, for everything.
Well, there you go.
Everything.
Yeah. And the other things being, don't forget, your neck, your back. The rest of your body is involved. It doesn't do very much, but without the rest of your body, your hands aren't even near the screen, are they?
Yeah.
So
I suppose
it's the whole body.
Here's a weird one. Do you ever have to do the lower half of the body for gamers? Because obviously they're never... is it the fact that they're sitting down all the time? Does
Yeah,
that mean
yeah.
it does need
Absolutely, and
massaging?
you can have problems in the lower back. It can be related to all your IT bands or your quads or your flexors inside here. The list kind of goes on.
That was tight.
Because even when you're sat there, if you're sat there for hours,
Yeah.
if you asked me to sit down for 3 hours, I couldn't sit down for 30 minutes without being in some form of pain.
Yeah.
So you've actually learned to sit down for this amount of time.
Right. Yeah.
You've trained yourself to do that.
And that's a bad thing. Or,
Well,
I
it's
suppose
a natural thing because
It's
that's
natural.
it is what you do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got to try and minimise the consequences of what you do.
Yeah.
Whether it be a cameraman, whether it be a sound man, whoever it may be, there's consequences to what you do. Even to being a therapist, there's consequences.
Really?
Well,
Yeah. Do you find that?
Yes, in answer to your question.
Yeah. So the movements that you're doing mean that you then have to.
I have to apply and do the very things that I ask the players to do. Whether it be players, riders, athletes, I have to do the very same thing.
Yeah, because
so
of your
I do
job.
have to practice what I preach.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose this could be applied to most jobs. I suppose.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's
office workers.
Well, hopefully in January this year, I should link together with Too Good in the studio. We're trying to put together a package of stretches specifically for players to follow.
Okay.
Not necessarily exercises for players. They are taken from other sports, but they can be applied to them. So in January, if we can get this forward, then they can click online and see some basic stretches they can follow.
Videos and things
Absolutely.
like that. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. No, I look forward to it. Maybe I'll.
Maybe you'll benefit from it.
Maybe
yourself.
I'll benefit myself. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's good.
Because I know I work in an office all day most of the time on computers, so that probably doesn't help either.
Okay, so what you do is you go onto online and you buy yourself one of those rubber discs so big that are full of air, and you put that on your seat where you work.
A rubber disc full of air.
Yeah.
Does that help how you have to structure yourself?
It means that you have to use the muscles in the bottom of your spine instead of just giving it into the chair.
Yeah.
And that will make you better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I won't charge you for that tip.
Yeah. Do you have a website or anything where people can find out more information?
Absolutely
about
not. No.
Tips? No. Nothing like that.
No, I don't.
No,
The reason being is that probably because I am the age that I am, I have so much going on.
Yeah.
Keeping up with all these things is nigh on impossible, and I don't particularly want to start something that I can't continue.
Yeah.
Whereas I know I can continue with the stretches and put things forward.
Yeah.
But even at the moment, there's so many questions coming in from players about all sorts of things that most of my time is taken up, and unfortunately I can't keep up with all this technology.
No, that's fair enough. I suppose that's where it helps having James to help.
Absolutely.
To help with and I suppose the videos that you talked about will help stuff like
Hopefully they will help them. Yeah.
Well, we didn't do this on the other arm.
No.
What's this doing?
Making that arm longer.
Oh no! Look at that.
See, look, what's going on?
Yeah, brilliant.
So now hopefully they should feel more or less the same.
Yeah, they do very similar. I think this one's probably a little bit more because it's just been done. But But yeah, definitely not the difference that there was before. The fact that this one's now faster than this one shows, doesn't it?
Yep.
Feel good. I feel ready to play games.
Another satisfied customer.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Martin.
It's my pleasure.
I really appreciate it. I didn't get too oily, which is good.
Yeah.
Brilliant.